Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Generation 6 moveset tutorial. I haven't done one of these in a while. The reason for that is most sets that you run competitively, most sets that are good, common sets that people know of, there aren't a heap that are really competitive and secrets, I guess. So I kind of stayed away from them for a bit. But today it's kind of like a dual set. It's one Pokemon that benefits from another Pokemon that I think is really really handy. And that is, the first Pokemon is Charizard, Mega Charizard-Y, and the second Pokemon is Venusaur. Just the regular Venusaur, obviously, only one Mega per team. And the combination is based on Mega Charizard-Y being able to get the ability Drought, and Venusaur having the ability Chlorophyll, which doubles its speed in the sun. Okay, so I'll quickly just go through Mega Charizard first. Mega Charizard, obviously you have to carry the Charizardite Y. Ability Drought, very good ability, makes Fire Blast do a lot. And that's why I got Fire Blast there. You can run either Fire Blast or Flamethrower. On Charizard, I'd probably run Fire Blast. I'd probably run Flamethrower personally, but I know a lot of people like to run Fire Blast because it's a more powerful move. Got to risk big for win big. There's a saying there, but I forgot it halfway through. So I prefer accuracy over power, but Fire Blast definitely is a good option. SolarBeam. SolarBeam is a very good option because it deals with the waters, and because of Drought, it's a one-turn hit. And because there's not a heap of weather uses besides T-Tar, once you got that out of the way, you can kind of freely use a Solar Beam. Whereas the last generation, you kind of have to risk a Solar Beam because if someone brought in a Politoed and you use Solar Beam, so it'll take 2 turns, and that could be very annoying. And then for the last 2 moves, I got Roost and Substitute, just because when I can Mega Charizard-Y does force a few switch outs. So you can get a Substitute up, and you can also Roost back some damage if you take some hits. But you could definitely change that Roost Substitute to something like Air Slash and maybe Hidden Power Ice if you want to deal with dragons. But does it get Dragon Pulse? I don't think it does. So it doesn't get Dragon Pulse. I didn't think so. Oh wait, no, does it? Dragon Pulse. So yeah, you can actually use Dragon Pulse instead of Hidden Power Ice if you want. Although Hidden Power Ice will be doing more because it'll be 4 times effective. So that's a kind of a semi-option you can go for. But for this team, you kind of want Charizard-Y to stay around as long as possible, so Roost is a good option for that. Because Sun's not permanent, you want to be able to switch your Mega Charizard in often and many times. Often and many, what's the saying? Often, I can't remember. You want to switch it in a lot and do it often. And now for the stats, it's just a basic heaps of HP, because you want to, as I said, you want the Roost to do as much as possible, and then just special attack. You probably, if you really wanted to, you could probably put a fair bit of that into special defense, or a bit in special D and a fair bit into defense if you want to make it real bulky. But the reason I've gone special attack as well as HP is because I want my Mega Charizard to be able to do stuff by itself. So a Fire Blast from a Mega Charizard in the sun is going to do a hell of a lot of damage to anything that switches in. And for the hero of the team, it's Venusaur. So Venusaur, you can't run Mega. You want to run Life Orb, just because you don't want it choiced in any way. You could run Expert Belt if you want, but Life Orb gives you that little bit of extra damage against neutral Pokemon. Chlorophyll, you need the ability Chlorophyll, so you get the sun, double speed in the sun. And now it comes to the moves. I used to run Sun teams a lot in Generation 5. A lot more than the average person, because sun was probably the worst weather between rain and sand, and hail and sun. But I guess hail was the worst weather, and sun was second worst. But rain and sand definitely had the most use, and they were definitely the most popular, just because T-Tar is amazing, and Ninetales wasn't very good, besides the fact that it could use Drought. And so I used to run Venusaur a fair bit, and I've actually used a fair few sun teams. And on my Venusaur, this is what I used to run. I used to run Giga Drain, because with Life Orb you want to get that health back instead of the Energy Ball. Even though Energy Ball is a little bit more powerful, Giga Drain allows you to get the health back. Sludge Bomb, just great stab coverage, and now with Fairies it's even more beneficial. Hidden Power Fire, because in the sun it technically gets a stab boost because 1.5 in the sun, and it let me deal with Ferrothorns and Fortresses. And then the last move I used was Growth. Growth increases your attack. Where is it too far? Increases your attack and special attack by 1, but in the sun, Mike, in the sun that's boosted by 2. So if you get a growth boost in the sun, you could just double your attack and special attack. So that's what I used instead of Earthquake. But because the sun is not permanent anymore, it's only 5 turns, and because Mega Charizard-Y doesn't get access to Heat Rock, I think it's called, the rock that makes sun last for 8 turns because it has to have the Mega item. You want Venusaur utilizing its 5 turns of sun as much as possible, because you already have to switch out to Venusaur, so that's 1 turn you lose because of the switch. So you want to have Venusaur be able to have the 4 turns. So you can run growth if you want. The 2 problems with the growth are that you lose a turn using it, but it does double at your special attack. And the other problem is you cannot touch Heatran. That was one Pokemon that really walled my Venusaur, and so I kind of struggled with Heatran, so I always switch out. But with Earthquake, it allows you to hit Heatrans and actually be able to take it out. So I would probably run that over Growth just in this generation, but you could definitely try out Growth if you want. And the stats here, I run max special attack and then speed EVs as well. You can run max speed if you want, and then it pretty much outspeeds everything. But just having 252 speed pretty much outspeeds everything, apart from choice users that doesn't outspeed choice Gengar. I can't remember what speed tier that is, but I don't think it outspeeds that speed tier if it has a scarf on it. And another problem is because of Hidden Power Fire, you lose special attack and speed IVs. So that's why that's only 30 instead of 31. But you could definitely switch that to max speed if you want to make sure you outspeed everything. And quickly before I go, I wanted to give you a couple more options you could use instead of Venusaur for the Chlorophyll. This team you want to have Stealth, Rapid Spin, or Defog just for the Charizard. But you could, and I wouldn't run any more than 2 Chlorophyll users. I'd probably only run one, just in case the sun does go down, you lose Charizard. You don't want your team crippled by that, so it's kind of just like a third of a team that's really handy, and that's what most Sun teams were. They were just like a Ninetales and 1 or 2 sweepers, and then you can have the rest doing whatever they need to do, so you can still win even if you don't have Sun. But some other Chlorophyll users are Tangrowth. This is the Tangrowth I used to run. Earthquake, Giga Drain, Hidden Power Ice, and Growth. So Giga Drain just to stab, and then Hidden Power Ice for dragons, and Earthquake for Heatrans and such things like that. And also Growth, because it's amazing. Chlorophyll again. Regenerator is a good ability for Tangrowth, but there's no point using it if you're using Chlorophyll for the sun. Again, I'd use this Life Orb for the item. And then the stats here. It's got great defense, so it's very bulky, good HP. It is a lot slower than Venusaur, so you have to run max speed for that. But its special attack is also higher as well. So that's another option you can use. Victory Bell again. Great access to Weather Ball, so in the sun it does heaps. It's not as quick or as strong as the other 2. So I prefer to use Venusaur, but I think this gets... Yeah, Victory Bell gets Sword Stance, so that's something you could take advantage of if you want to. Another kind of defensive Chlorophyll user is kind of Jump Bluff. You don't really need its speed boost, but with its speed boost, it outspeeds everything. Move, sorry, and it gets stuff like where am I looking for? Sleep Powder, and then it also can get Stun Spore, and it can be really annoying because it outspeeds. Does it have you get substitute and stuff like that? So I can't. Yeah, that's right. You substitute, put it to sleep, and then you Leech Seed. So it's a really quick. It's a real quick Leech Seed user. So that's something you can use if you want. And some other things like Swords Buck is a physical Chlorophyll user. What else? What else gets Chlorophyll? There's one more that I wanted to. Executor. That's another Chlorophyll user you can use. It's a user you can use. But yeah, so try it out. Try out different Chlorophyll users. You may prefer one over the other, but my personal pick is Venusaur or Tangrowth. But you can definitely use both if you want. So yeah, that's just an idea I wanted to give you guys. A bit different to my other move sets, but I think most of you know what moves to put on Pokemon, apart from the really out there ones. But yeah, this is an idea. Definitely Sun is not dead, because Sun has a massive advantage of having Charizard-Y as its abuser. So it can actually really do some damage by itself now, whereas Ninetales wasn't as good. So I definitely urge you to try it out if you haven't. I find it very successful. If you have any questions or comments, chuck them down below. If you have any tips or trips for the team, any better ideas than what I've got, duck them down below. People can read them. I said duck it down below. Chuck it down below and people can read them and kind of learn off each other. But other than that, if you like the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully see you again next time with probably a battle next time. But if you guys like these videos, I can definitely do some more moveset tutorial kind of things if you like. So thank you for watching, and see you later.